Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will start with clerk items. Item A, regular board meeting minutes, May 4th, 2026.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
In favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Anita. Item B, LPBA memorandum of agreement on the union contract.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye as well. And thank you very much, Patrick, for all the work that you put into this. Like I said, this is historic to have this done in 6 months, and
Yeah,
we're very proud of that from our side, and I'm guessing you are too.
yes, for sure. Yeah, for the record, Pat Kane, President, PBA. And yeah, I'd just like to thank the village board, Treasurer Godot, and everybody who assisted on the village's side to bring this to such a quick conclusion. The union truly appreciates it. So
And we
thank you.
appreciate you. Nice vote of trust.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and item C, approval temporary parking permit regulations.
Just as an update, these are the parking permit regulations for construction or any business on Main Street that need longer than a day use. So Patrick will have, we'll have some regulations in place for you.
Anybody have any questions?
No, the hard part is that whole far end of town looks like a disaster zone. There's nothing we can do, but there's 3 of them.
Temporary inconvenience for your permanent pleasure, right?
I just look at it. I just shake my head. That's all right. I said that to your brother today about.
Any other questions or a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And item D, parking violations update.
That is just have an addendum to the parking fines, so it's just,
Yeah, the current code, which is chapter 217 of our code, allows the village board by several different methods. One is a order to amend the fines that are in each one of the sections there. So this is a proposed order that amends the fines by tacking on an additional $10
for 15
for every
days.
15 days, the fine is not paid. Because the existing penalty for not paying was
A flat
a flat
$10.
$10, so then it could go on forever.
Right, there was no incentive to get
So
it.
this would be the village board by order. Instituting that new new penalty for unpaid fines.
Okay, any questions? A motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Jackie, for your work on both of those. Anything else to come from the clerk?
A couple more things. We got our annual request from Stuart Hemsley for the Memorial Day Weekend Carry the Load event. That is for, I believe, this coming Sunday. Yes, Sunday, May 24th, walk around the lake, and there will be music in the band shell. I gave the chief a heads up about it.
Insurance.
And Stuart is working on the insurance, yes.
Okay, so motion should
I'll make a
include,
motion.
and should include the insurance.
Send insurance. Which Dill is in town this week, so Stuart will have all that.
He is in town?
Dill.
So first and second, okay, all in favor?
He's still-
Aye.
Okay,
Good. And then next, jumping ahead to July 4th, the Building and Planning Department sent down the fireworks approval, going back to our previous firm, Young Explosives.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Can't not approve one of these without thinking of Zay. Anything else?
And then my understanding is that the board has asked to post the electric superintendent position since our current one has given us a long-term retirement plan.
Do we have to make a motion?
To post it.
Oh, okay, I make the motion.
I'll second.
First and two
And that's not a
seconds.
civil service.
It is. It's pending civil service.
Yeah.
Okay,
All in favor?
I,
Okay.
so there's no list.
no,
No.
Anything else?
Nope, that is all.
Okay, very good. Treasury items, item A, warrant affidavits number 20. Motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
Thank you, Jackie. Any new business?
Thanks.
Going once. Your old business, discussion on NBT lot parking bathrooms. We've been talking about this for quite a while. We all know that we've had some problems there with water damage. And we just thought it would be a good idea to bring this back up, let everyone try to remember the details of this and.
so, I mean, we've been talking about bathroom upgrades since 2024, and it took a while to get things, started. I think we sent out a bid in November of 2025. And
24.
Yeah.
was it 24?
Yeah, the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then.
It goes a ways back.
Okay, oh, does
Yeah.
go, okay. Then we had the bid opening in January of 25.
Yep.
January of 25. It came back in exorbitantly over budget, definitely not what we were willing or had to spend. Then we needed to do some repairs, definitely, and we were able to reach out to Steve Sama. And get the repairs done. And he did the work last June, right? So it's been a year. It's been a year. He started at the end of May, and worked through June. Then we were still having issues with damage, that continued through the summer, and he went back in. Then this winter, the damage is still there. So,
Okay, anything else that anyone wants to add?
Well, the damage is basically, leaks. The roof leaks, which of course then causes interior damage. I think it's fair to say, isn't it, that so much so that the men's bathroom had to be
yes,
closed, last weekend.
it had to be closed off and on through the season because of
Yes.
the rain thaw, snow, rain thaw, so.
And it was heat, the water was coming down by the heater, which was electrical. So that's the reason that we had to close because of.
Right, so. I mean, I think the story is the bathroom's been a problem for
A while.
a while. Currently, the men's room is closed, or it's out of order. And the ladies' room is open, but the board probably has to have a broader discussion about not only the short term, but the long term.
And at this time, we've decided to close both bathrooms until we can come to a conclusion on what we'd like to do.
Yeah, and that includes assessing
Yeah,
what's there.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, assessing the problem and is it
Mhm.
fixable at a reasonable cost?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's prudent.
Okay, anything else to add, anybody?
no,
Okay. Anything else under old business? Okay, under mayor items, we attended the Fireman's Banquet on Saturday. It was a very nice event, very well attended. I won't give you all the details here, but the top responders were Gianna Cerruti from the members at 119 calls, Fire Police Jim Wasson at 218, and Officer Mike St. Louis 287 calls. Quite an accomplishment when you consider these are all volunteer people that have to do a lot of training to keep up with what's going on. Also, it was mentioned that the Northern New York Fire Association noticed and is giving an award to John Fagan and Gianna Cerruti. And then that the firefighter of the year was also Gianna Cerruti.
And that's firefighter of the year for.
just like
Like
Placid.
Placid, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, and then the other event that we had last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was our NICOM, New York Conference of Mayors Convention. Once again, a lot of valuable information there. They're a great group. Three of us were able to attend, and split up and catch most of the information that was there. Does anybody have any commissioner reports?
Quick one from my side, that the childcare committee First Steps, is meeting tomorrow, and is gonna be sort of looking at what the year ahead could bring and options and opportunities there. And we know that there's a lot of pressure for additional spaces, and I think that
Is there a waiting list? Did they initiate a waiting list or it was just?
they did. I mean, they had over, before the applications were even
Yeah.
out, they had more than double the number of applicants. So, there's a lot of demand.
St. Agnes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that we'll be exploring what can be done.
Great.
And we have Sergeant Kane here, so I think we should just, everybody knows what's coming. J1s,
Oh.
and that means scooters. So I just think we should put it on the businesses.
So June 12th will be an orientation.
Right.
And that will be discussed in depth. Believe it or not, when we were at NICOM, we did talk to other municipalities that experienced the same problem. But their legislation is just about closing scooters in the parks. And we've already done that.
Right. Oh, I know there's nothing we can do. It's just, for me, it's about safety.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm more worried about an elderly driver who is just driving and this person scoots in front of them. So and then the poor elderly driver is like, so I'm not worried about the person on the scooter. I mean, yes, I am, but you get what you sow. But I'm worried more about somebody, I'm just gonna say the elder or a young driver who's not experienced, who, they're just weaving, or there's two of them. So that's all there's nothing we can do.
And I think it's fair to say that not only is the most prevalent use is certainly the J1s, but there's also
There's a lot more now.
a lot more just.
And there's young kids. Have you seen more younger age? Because now they don't have to ride. They just there's one guy who goes up Ricky Hill. And then he's walking, then he gets it fast enough, and then he'll ride for a while, and then he'll walk. And I'm like, you're a brave soul. That's all I said. That's all I wanted to bring up, that everybody ready, nice weather.
Yep.
Here they come. It wasn't anything bad. It was just, they're coming.
Okay, any other commissioner reports? Yeah, do you have any questions of us?
Yes, I'm here on this.
Come right on.
Yeah,
So I don't have to start anybody's back.
perfect.
Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you so
You
much.
two look good here. We could,
Well, first I want to thank this board for its support of the ring sculpture and all that. It's greatly appreciated. Monday, I met with Assemblyman Cashman and Carol. Carol obviously is very, very interested in Lake Placid having another
Olympics.
successful run at having an Olympics, and showed them the maquette. Of course, it's rather chaotic time, I have to say, with all that's going on, but they really liked the design. They felt that it's needed for the community. They felt that it would definitely expand our tourism base. There's felt no question about that. They're both familiar with the ring sculpture. I mean, the Chicago sculpture known as the Bean, and how that's literally the number one tourism draw in the Midwest. A sculpture, not a museum, not a lot of things, but a single sculpture. It's because it's interactive, and they see this has the absolute same quality. So the thing would be a huge addition. They felt that the one thing though that they would like from both the village and town board is to put the location. in your, can modify the, declaration, for lack of a better expression, for the, and to say, you know, on the, west side of, Olympic Drive. Because that's their condition to help us raise money. They feel that they can get us, state grants. And we're more than willing to help make that happen.
Isn't that private property
No, it's town property.
on the west side?
Yes. The lower west side is town property.
Okay,
Yeah, it is town property.
There was an exchange made.
So where, just so I can get my head around exactly where that is.
So when you look, across from the post office, you got a plateau about a third of the way up,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
On one side, there is a tennis court.
Yeah.
On the other side is where there used to be a house. I think, Dottie Whitney lived in it for a while and stuff like that. It's been taken down. For a while there, that property was owned by the Lucys. And then they sold or gave that part of it to the town. And so that
Behind
plateau in there,
Yeah,
the
behind the
town or the
30
village?
ring.
town,
okay.
yeah. It's, yeah, I believe it's there to the town.
It's behind the loading dock, right?
The driveway going behind,
Yeah,
there's
Yeah,
a
yeah, right behind. the
bank of trees.
It's right behind the conference seats.
Mhm.
And it's a nice little park, for lack of a better expression. It's really quite lovely. And and the nice thing is people there can say, oh my God, there's a lake called Lake Placid. There it is, not just Mirror Lake and things like that. And because of this sculpture about in part reflecting nature, there's nature all around that. So you can see that type of diversity in that type of setting. It was suggested by Art Lucy. So the Lucys have no problem with it being located there. You know, at times, because it's a mirror finish on both sides, it's gonna be almost gossamer. You know, almost sometimes you won't, in a way, sort of see it. But I think also it's, I think it's, you know, I think it's a very elegant design. And it's also because of the mirrored finish on the outside, inside, on tinted gold. It's never the same 2 days in a row, 2 hours in a row. So a lot of people are going to come back for repeat visits, which you don't see normally. And there's not a lot of repeat visits, for instance, to the sculpture in Peacock Park or a lot of other places. And my feeling is that if you look at what's going on in Chicago, is that this will actually help drive business activities because it's going to get people here who have an arts interest as well as a sports interest.
Okay, so.
And Paul Smith is willing to be the fiscal sponsor for those grants. And we have Rotary Club has agreed to take contributions from individuals.
And that would be the one from the original proposal,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why there was this spot.
So that's what they, but for them to move forward, they want this in both the town and the village.
Okay, so as far as the village goes, all we would do is approve of the location where the town would have to approve it being on their property, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
we can bring that up at our next workshop, which will be a week from now. and
Yeah.
Go from there.
yeah, and if you want, I'm happy to come to your meeting or anything like
Okay.
that.
We'll,
Not a problem.
we'll see how that goes and let you know,
Great,
but
thanks.
you'll make a note of that.
Yeah, thank you so much. But what I was surprised at how enthusiastic they were. And they immediately felt like to put another ring on it because they felt definitely we're gonna get a third winner. It's the barbecue. So that was,
Does the design accommodate adding one?
yes, it did.
Yes.
My hope was to have it sort of like incoming and have these two together and this one like over here. And they said, oh no, let's put it right together. They really, they thought this would be a nice piece of.
Well, congratulations, you've been at this a long time and thank you for your perseverance.
Well,
Hope it all works out.
I don't give out easily. An old family trait, like you have yours, and the rest of you do, but I greatly appreciate your support and just intend for that next step. I think that would be really terrific. And we've got people who want to help raise the funds from both, and we're already approaching Turner, Gilbane Turner. They've made a lot of money off our town. Building, now they can quite a bit out at Mount November. So I talked to some of the people in Albany, they're very interested in forward to your office. Because they think, yeah, well, it makes sense.
You have an estimate?
Was, 1.5, less than 1.5.
Yeah.
But then there's these things.
Yeah.
So, it's gone up. All right, well, thank you so much, and again, I so appreciate the village's support thus far, adding in the location. Be great.
Okay, thank you again.
So much.
Thanks, Nick.
You take care.
And Mr. Hughes, did you have anything you'd like to ask of the board tonight?
Yeah, how's everyone doing?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Yeah, I noticed on the agenda for tonight that we're going to revisit the under old business, the NBT lot restrooms. Sorry, I got on a little late. I'm working right now as we're speaking, so I'm trying to finish up and grab a few minutes with you all. So what's going on with that? Are we doing anything with that? Or I know I made a grievance for ADA claim and that that was not compliant, the work that was done. Are you going anywhere with that, or what are you doing with that?
At this point, what you missed was a rehash of what we've been doing there and what's happened. And where we are at this point with the water damage, we are closing the bathrooms until we can decide what to do with it.
Oh, what, you got water damage over the winter then? Or something
Water
broke?
damage more than just winter, yes.
Okay. All right, so obviously you're going to take into consideration when you reopen them that everything should be ADA compliant then?
We're just closing them, looking into everything.
Okay. I would offer some advice. I know the last time you were looking to rebuild that unit, you only had one bid and it was like $1 million. I can't understand why that would cost $1 million. I think that you might want to look at some different options and reach out to some different folks. I think someone could come in and panelize it. It's a tough location. That's why probably the person that bid it probably threw a lot of money at it.
You mentioned you were in the construction business. We'd love to have you bid on it.
Oh, I don't do that type of work. But I would recommend that you find someone that's a panelizer that can come in and panelize it. There's a company in New Hampshire that does this type of stuff, and there's another one in Pennsylvania that they'll panelize the whole thing. And that's a small enough building. If you were to decide to tear it down, whatever site work you had to do, they could just panelize that thing. They could build it in a day. So just a little food for thought. And you might want to reach out a little further, because if someone locally were looking at that, that's going to be a lot. I know just the repairs that were done on that, it took a lot of coordination for that fella to do the work over there. So, but I would like to make sure that we do make it ADA compliant, because what was done previously was not. Now that it's closed, obviously it doesn't need to be, but do take the steps and the due diligence to make it ADA compliant.
Okay, thank you for your input.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
Having Leslie.
In season.
I guess there's no one else. Anything else come from the board? If not, motion to adjourn.
Make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
I was just thinking, maybe we could just get a picture in front of the flag.
Oh, great.
You and I, maybe the press, and see what comes up.